Welcome back, everybody. I all hope you're having a fantastic day because Enlisted is not. If you were not on the Enlisted Discord, you should know that the place exploded Sunday night. By that, I mean a large number of people were abruptly banned. The ones who carried out this actions were in fact actually moderators themselves. A number of them had become frustrated with the staff, the administrators, the devs themselves, as well as a few other moderators of their own. The actual actions and what happened was Sunday night, one of the moderators was essentially fed up and decided that he is going to take administrative action and ban a few members with high positions who don't contribute at all to the Discord. Not users who just are dead, more of moderators who are dead. It was moderators and like forum posters who had roles, however they didn't do anything, except for to come and complain to him every once in a while about how he did something wrong. You could understand, sympathize with him on why he would do this. His plan was to simply make these symbolic bans and leave on his own. However, he was interrupted in this and was banned before he could leave, although it kind of did the same result. This had inspired another moderator to take it a step further and just started banning everyone. I believe he banned all the other moderators. Anyone else who had a staff position does below him. I think he banned the game developers themselves. I guess they had lower positions than the mods. Then also purge many chats. And when I say purge, I mean just delete everything, all the information. And I'm pretty sure this included some chats that explain rules and other things like that. Basically destroyed the Discord. I'm not on there. I've never been on the official Enlisted only Discord. I'm on the Cuisine Royale or Cursed one as it is. It used to be the Enlisted one. And then something similar apparently happened there. I don't know. I never check it. Regardless, to my understanding, currently the Enlisted Discord is in shambles. I'd hope that they had fixed some of the issues by now. However, that being the basic story doesn't explain the whole situation because this didn't just abruptly happen, randomly mods going rogue. There's reasons why they got upset. And I'll tell you, some of these reasons are very understandable, and perhaps maybe you would be driven to the same actions if you were in their shoes. So according to the moderator that I interviewed, Escalate, the problems kind of stem from the very creation of the Enlisted Discord. If I understand correctly, it was created after the Cuisine Royale, or now Cursed Discord, that was partially the Enlisted Discord, had a similar issue. And then they decided to split the Discords, very understandable to manage, and to do so, they took on a few extra moderators for Enlisted to help run the place. However, they also had taken a number of moderators that were in the original Cursed/Enlisted Discord. They had given these people the ranking of senior moderator above the regular moderator. However, apparently a lot of these people didn't do anything. But despite that, they had more power than a regular moderator. This had led to just a basic environment of tension. In fact, apparently there were some moderators in this Discord that Escalate didn't even know it existed because they just didn't log on at all. And apparently the place was pretty poorly run to the point in which suggestions on how it should be run, things to make it more simple or various things like that, weren't listened to. And I'm talking, this is just the basic idea of the moderator telling the administrator, hey, could we do this instead? Or I think it would be good if we had this channel, but they wouldn't do anything. They don't want to. They like, I guess, their control and power. I don't know. I never talked to one of the administrators, so I can't speak for them, but I can say that a number of moderators were very upset with the way things were going. There was even an incident in which Escalate had posted a actually pretty well thought out and worded post on the official Enlisted forums in which he spoke about some problems, not necessarily just with the game, but with the whole situation of it all. Speaking about how they definitely need a community manager that is a native English speaker. The current one is in fact Russian. Pretty sure Russian is his main language and he only sort of knows English and also doesn't exactly have a good reputation. He's the guy who stated the pain is the only feeling you can trust. So yes, we definitely need an English community manager. The post also talked about how there's a lack of content, or it's coming too slowly. People can pretty easily get to the top of the tech tree, or campaign in this case, and then it's either start over from the very beginning with bolt action rifles, or go play a nation that you actually aren't that interested in on a whole new campaign, once again from the start with bolt action rifles against God knows what kind of terrible machinery the enemy has already researched because they've been playing it for the last few months while you were focusing on whatever campaign you were playing prior. The final note that the post made was asking for a roadmap of exactly what can we expect in the future and when. Honestly, I personally wouldn't even care about when, but what is a real good question. At the bottom of the post, he did note that he is indeed a Discord moderator, and plenty of other Discord moderators had agreed with him on it. Generally, the post was well received, giving so far 68 likes as well as 87 replies on the forums that are typically kind of dead. In fact, having a post make more than 20 likes is rare. People definitely agreed with this. However, the Discord administrator administration were very upset about it because he was sharing his opinions on the game that weren't outstandingly positive. Essentially, they held him to the standard to not share any opinion on Enlisted. I assume if it was a positive opinion, that would be fine, but any opinion on Enlisted, not allowed because he's a moderator. You'd have to have a different account. While from a business standpoint, that could make sense, from a moral standpoint, it's a little questionable if some of your, not actually employees, they've never signed an NDA or anything like that, but I'm gonna say employees in this scenario were complaining about a situation. Perhaps maybe you should look into it because it's not just a fringe complaining about it. However, instead of arguing points, I'm gonna actually just read some quotes taken out of the Enlisted Discord mod chat after he created the post. This person, Valerie, I believe is the administrator, whoever they're like the top dog. He states at moderators, guys, you are mods and have direct contact with us, so why just make a wave on the forum instead of to discuss it here with the same team, me and other admins. His English is a little broken. I'm pretty sure he's a native Russian speaker, not English. Then he links the forum post that Escalate made and states, I just cannot understand it somehow, especially when you are signing such topics like this. And he quotes, signed Escalate from the Discord mod team, along with several other mods and many other active players. Escalate responds with, more or less assumed it would be waved aside or ignored. I can remove the post if you'd like. Valerie responds with, as we have spoken, by inviting you to the mod team, remember, you will be taken as part of the team, not as a regular player. And then in response to the suggestion of removing the post, already too late because it already happens. Liquid, another moderator, stated, to be fair, doing it this way would let the rest of the community voice their opinion on the matter as well. Not a bad thing, right? Valerie responds, doing this on that way is okay for regulars, but for mods, which will be taken as part of Gaijin Darkflow team, very, very questioning. Now, I will link the post down below. If you go read it, you'll see that it's quite light and kind of contains what everyone has to think about the game. Perhaps he was wrong for being a moderator. He's not a moderator of the forums, he's a moderator of the Discord. And I do think that it's important to let moderators be human and hold opinions, even if the opinion does not go with the company. However, this post isn't what caused the breakdown of the server. This was kind of just the environment they were in. And there was a few other points that I'm going to talk about that explain the environment that they were in. I guess in one of the channels, Escalate had voiced his opinion. The only server that is filled with Chinese aiming Zerg 4 stacks, because there's no region lock, is the AS server. If you're unaware, there are plenty of hackers and Enlisted. If you haven't seen them, you probably haven't been playing the game. It's also quite well known that there are a lot of people in China who, I guess, care little about fairness and really just want to win. So they'll do anything at any cost, which includes downloading illegal modifications. Not every hacker is Chinese, of course, that's quite obvious, but there is a large number that are. Perhaps you could say it was more than a coincidence that the patch War Thunder added the Chinese tech tree was the same in which easy anti-cheat was added to the game. Valerie had responded by adding him, saying, hey ho, I'll be direct without any talk it nice. Please be sure you are not going to make it again. It's racist and not true at all. Not all the cheaters are from China. Right on the screenshot, you blame the whole nation for nothing. I party agree that most of them are from Asia, but you cannot do it in that way, and in any case, not as a mod. Please be sure it will not happen again, because it isn't already first time when users are reporting you for something like this. And yes, I'm pissed off a bit about such behavior from the mods. ... Guys, you're only supposed to use ... if you actually do continue the sentence. It's not, whatever. Reading Valerie's post is kind of hard because it's very obvious that the dude does not know English that well. I think that's also part of the issue. If you're gonna have a primarily English-speaking forum, I don't know if it's primarily, but you should probably have an administrator that knows English well enough to correctly spell partially and not just put party. But also pointing out that some of the aimbotters happen to be Chinese is not blaming the whole nation. Chinese people are not ants controlled by a queen with pheromones. They think independently of one another. They're humans just like you or me. Some of them decide to download mods and cheat and Enlisted. Pointing that out is not racist. Another random instance from a different administrator, Chucha, replied to Escalate when, I don't know what the context was, he said it makes it very hard to disagree with people whining and complaining when we cannot prove them wrong in chat. He states, dude, seriously? Just follow the rules that you have been made aware and not do any bullcrap. I'll repeat what Valerie already said. You, as a moderator, are the voice of the company, and creating this kind of discussion by you looks like to bite the hand, if you know what I mean. This discussion that I'm pretty sure was about Escalate's forum post continues on, in which it is confirmed that the moderators did not sign any NDA. Perhaps that was a mistake on your guys' part there, Darkflow. Now, I don't really want to read all more of this because I'm bad at reading. You guys should know that by now. Essentially, it comes down to this Chucha guy saying to Escalate that you're not allowed to hold an opinion on the moderator account, which I personally find to be wrong. I think moderators should hold opinions. Of course, if their opinion is overly negative, well, you could just fire them. In fact, these guys, they're volunteers. Escalate was doing it for free. So if they didn't like him sharing opinions, why didn't they just relieve him of service? Well, it's because the moderator team in the Discord itself, and this could extend possibly further on to the game itself, that's the final point I want to get around to, was very poorly managed. What's actually quite ironic is perhaps you could say that Escalate was being unprofessional holding opinions on his moderator account. However, the Valerie person and many other staff members of this Discord were also very unprofessional. This went from very simple things, for example, calling random users of the forums retards, to stating that they don't moderate DMs, which is understandable except for when the DMs involve someone sexually harassing other members. In fact, actually, this is the one that kind of ticked me off the most, because Discord is quite well known for having, unfortunately, a large number of people who probably shouldn't be in the public. And essentially people who want to say or do inappropriate things to children. I'm not sure if YouTube would flag my video if I went out and said it, but the first person I had to ban from my Discord, I banned because they were one of these people. Or at least they were rumored to be, and I didn't want to risk anything. If you're getting reports that in DMs, some pretty terrible things happening, maybe, just maybe, you should ban them. But apparently you can't even mute them on the Enlisted Discord. Apparently the Enlisted Discord is totally fine if you want to go send pictures of your ding dong to whoever. Honestly, this message right here I think speaks far too much about the Valerie person. It's hard to respect somebody who would not in any way take action against something like this. I presume the situation was very obvious, and if the Valerie person wants to defend themselves and state that the moderator that I had interviewed was wrong about many things, I am totally open for them to come and contact me, and we'll do just the same. I'll interview them and post it on my channel. I plan to post the interview I did with the moderator sometime after this video. For the moderators who carried out the actions that destroyed the Discord, Darkflow's, I assume Darkflow's retaliation I felt was kind of petty, is they banned the moderators' accounts themselves, not the Discord ones from the Discord, but their in-game accounts who have been playing the game. Personally, I feel like that's completely unnecessary because they didn't do any actions in the game. It was only on the Discord. They had no actual power in the game. But I'm sure somewhere in the EULA, it states somewhere that they can ban you for being a jerk off on the Discord or some stupid thing like that. My question is, how far does this unorganization and unprofessional attitude lead? Does it go in further to development of the game themselves? Are all the suggestions posted on the forums just left on the forums and none of them actually reach the moderators? I personally think that some of them do, because I have a feeling the recent Q&A, not recent, a long time ago, Q&A where they said that they do plan to put women into the game was sparked because there was quite a hefty discussion of whether women should or should not be in the game on the forums, so there's evidence for that. However, it's also because the way the Discord was run, which was supposed to be the official Discord of the game, the way it's run, you could probably assume the same situation with the forums or any other way that you're supposed to contact the devs. I could understand why the devs wouldn't contact back a whole lot. Hopefully they're busy making the game, but currently from my point of view, it looks more like the game's in complete shambles. And with Battlefield 6 coming out soon, I can't exactly think of a good argument why you should play this game over that, beyond, hey, it's a World War II game, my guys, my dudes, my broskies. The thing is, I've played World War II games, and this one doesn't really offer a whole lot that other ones don't. The squad mechanic is neat, however, it's under-polished, and the AI is terrible. The only real interesting part is I love the weird guns. I really like that, but there's not enough. And the ones that you do get, well, you gotta buy a premium squad to use them, and they can only use them with that premium squad. A reason why I think the devs don't listen a whole lot to Enlisted is because of the game's issues. For a long period of time, there was an instance when artillery was OP because they had buffed HE that included artillery shells, making it so you could easily just wipe a cap point with an artillery strike that would last 30 seconds and could be called in every 10 seconds. After 2 months of it basically destroying the game and making a lot of people no longer want to play, they fixed the issue far too late. Since day one of airplanes being in the game, people have observed a very obvious issue with them being used to get kills very easily, simply flying into the ground and dropping your bombs before you crash. Generally, the game has a lot of balance issues that take forever to fix. There's hardly any communication. A simple Q&A every month would be really nice, but we don't even get that. We have similar issues in War Thunder. However, War Thunder has an existing audience who's kind of used to the abuse, but mostly because at the start of the game, it was pretty good. It was doing exactly what it needed to do all the way back in 2012. As the game got more complex and more weird, more issues would pop up and things here and there would happen. Enlisted is in the same boat without the build-up. It's not a simple airplane game from 2012. It's a Second World War first-person shooter that was officially released just a few months ago. Generally, the vibe I get is it's not in a healthy state. The criticism needs to be listened to and in a great way. And with even people who have greater contact with the developers than a regular player would, even they can't get the message across that there's problems in it. There's problems in the game. We need more content. We need greater amounts of content when it does come. There's balance issues. When things are added to the game, they should be properly tested in a dev server like we do in War Thunder. And if they do get their way to the live server and there's an issue, there should be a way to revoke it, fix the issue, then put it back later so you don't have to deal with artillery killing the game itself for 2 months and then finally fix the issue. And we need an English-speaking community manager, a native English-speaking community manager, ideally one that doesn't only trust the feeling of pain. Anyways, this video has gotten a little longer than it needs to be. I could go on about Enlisted's problems. In fact, I kind of do in the interview I had with the moderator who unintentionally kick this thing off. So be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified when that goes live. I'd like to thank my Patrons, YouTube members, and Twitch subs. Thank you very much, guys. I also like to thank my Discord mods for not deleting my Discord. If you have any comments, questions, or anything like that, you can hit me up down below or on my Discord. If you've liked the video, be sure to like button if you want to see more. You can hit the bell icon to be notified anytime I upload anything at all. Normally I upload War Thunder content, but I do dabble a little bit in Enlisted. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. In the terms of bonus news, you know that new Russian jet? I'm not sure how Russian it is.